Hey everyone, what is going on? So we have some very exciting news. They announced the next cup, the Tempest Cup, where you can only use ground, flying, electric, and ice type Pokemon. This is the cup for March, and we're going to dive right into it and see what we've got going and what we might want to use. But first things first, we have to shiny check this. Snubble. No, it's not a shiny, of course, but we had to check it, right? So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. See what we want to use. And if you are excited for the Tempest Cup, if you can't wait for the videos, please guys, leave a like on the video. Also comment down below what you think is going to be best for this particular cup. And yeah, we'll learn what works and what does not work together, because this is kind of a little bit overwhelming. It's really exciting. I can't wait to discover what's going to be good. I did not research anything about this particular cup prior to recording this video, so we should have the first PvP battles for the Tempest Cup tomorrow practice. And before I get started, I just wanted to let you know that next Saturday is going to be my Twilight Cup, so I definitely will be having a Twilight Cup competition video. Whether or not I do well or I do poorly, I don't know. We'll find out together, right? We'll see how I do. But let me know how you did in your Twilight Cup, or let me know when yours is coming up. But without further ado, we definitely want to dive right into it and get into the Tempest Cup, because this is really exciting. I feel like this is the most yeah, this is the most. It's not going to be one set of good Pokemon, right? I feel like you can have a bunch of different options to go with, but we'll see. We'll see. So yeah, we've got the ground type, we've got the ice type, we have got the flying type, and we have got the electric type. So let's see what we've got going for us. Now, of course, you can't use any Pokemon over 1500 CP, because this does take place in the Great League. So we'll see what we have for us. And yeah, this is just my initial response to the particular cup. Doesn't mean these Pokemon are the best. Of course, they might not be the best, but yeah, we'll see what we have going for us. And yeah, it looks like we could use Electivire, which is going to be really cool. I always wanted to use an Electivire. Now, of course, this Electabuzz, if I evolve it, is going to be way over the Great League, but I do have lower CP Electabuzzes, so I can get an Electivire into the Great League. Of course, it is going to be weak to ground types, though, so you do have to watch out. I don't know. We also have legendaries like Raikou and Zapdos, and also Moltres and Articuno we could use. They're all flying types, so we could use those Pokemon. So those Pokemon, you know, could be good. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to test things out. We have some dragon types, because it is a flying Pokemon like Dragonite. We also have Altaria. I feel like Altaria might be pretty good, because it could get a fairy move, and you know, so I feel like it could be a pretty good Pokemon. But of course, we also have ice types, so it's going to be weak to ice Pokemon. So it might not be as great. I mean, it does have counters, right? You know, so yeah, really interesting. We have Charizard with Blast Burn, a Pokemon that I definitely want to try out for this particular cup. That seems like it's going to be decent. Again, it is weak to electric, because of course it is a flying type Pokemon, but I do want to try it out. We have a lot of Pokemon from the previous cup, the Twilight Cup, like Togekiss, Crobat, and Honchkrow. You know, some of those could be interesting. Again, they're all weak to electric, right? So electric seems like it's going to be a pretty good type, because it is strong against flying. So we'll have to find out. Ground is strong against electric, though. So yeah, this cup seems like it's going to be really strong, and yeah, we'll have to see. We have Steelix, which is another Pokemon that might be interesting to use. I definitely do want to go ahead and give that a try. I don't know, we'll have to see. Yeah, we have, as I said, the legendary Pokemon Moltres, Articuno, and Zapdos. So we might try those. I don't know how those are going to perform. They might be good. I think Zapdos actually might be pretty good. I don't know. It is weak to ice, but yeah, ice seems like it's going to be another really good type, in fact. So yeah, I really can't wait to use ice. Actually, ice seems like it's going to be one of the best types of the four. So but again, it does have a weakness. It is weak to that Blast Burn Charizard. You know, it's weak to Moltres, of course. So just because ice is strong against the other types in this particular cup, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be the best Pokemon, right? You know, you can also use that new Mamoswine that we get for Community Day today. So it's going to be really exciting. It does get Ancient Power, right? So It is a ground type and an ice type, of course. It could be pretty good, but I don't know. Again, I have absolutely no idea, guys. So if you have any suggestions, as I said, please post them in the comments down below. What do you think is going to be good for this particular cup? I was thinking Tropius might be decent, but again, it's weak to ice, so it's really weak to ice. And plus, I don't have it because it is a regional exclusive. You know, some of these regionals might be good too, like Pakarisu. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't think legendaries will necessarily dominate this cup. You know, they might be good. Moltres might be good. I don't know. But as I said, we're going to be testing things out tomorrow, which is when the first video for the Tempest Cup will probably come. Now, I'll be testing it out against some friends. Of course, I'm not going to purchase any secondary moves just yet, so it's just going to be what I have until we start to develop Pokemon that we like. You know, I'm going to invest in other Pokemon, of course, unless if, the Pokemon already has a secondary move that I purchased, right? But yeah, so, you know, we have a bunch of different Pokemon, but it seems like there's a bunch of good options. We'll have to see. Is there going to be a Skarmory type Pokemon like there was for the Boulder Cup? You know, you can use Skarmory in this cup, but again, it's weak to Electric, it's weak to that Blast Burn Charizard, so I don't think it's not going to dominate this cup like it did the Boulder Cup, you know? So, we'll really have to see. We will definitely really have to see. It's really exciting. I cannot wait to test out this cup. And if you're excited, guys, I mentioned it earlier in the video, but leave that like. We have to learn we have to learn the best Pokemon for this particular cup, and we have to do it together. We have to see what's good and what's not, because we definitely have to prepare for this cup. But they did give us plenty of time, so obviously all of our cups are not going to happen until March. Mine probably won't happen until the end of March, because that seems to be the way they do it, just because they want to give us practice and whatnot. But yeah, let me know what team you plan on trying in this particular cup. And yeah, because I'm totally lost. This is my first initial response to this particular cup. And again, as I said, I have absolutely no idea. You know, I was planning, I'm not sure if I mentioned this in this video already, but I was planning on having another Twilight Cup video today, but I decided, hey, you know, I wanted to get this out immediately because the Tempest Cup is going to be the new cup for March. So, you know, I really can't wait to try it out. And I will be trying out a bunch of different Pokemon now. If you decide to go in with something like Zapdos or Articuno Moltres or any legendary Pokemon, one of the dogs, right, the legendary beast, if you do want to purchase that secondary move, that's going to be 100,000 Stardust. So even if I use a legendary, I don't think I'm going to be purchasing secondary moves on those Pokemon. But, you know, I will be purchasing secondary moves, but first I have to see what I want to use. I just don't want to outright purchase secondary moves and use all that candy and starter. Well, I don't really care about the candy, but use all that Stardust immediately, and yeah, and just throw it all away on things that I might not even use in this cup. So I'll test things out. We'll have initial battles, and we will see what's good, and eventually we will be purchasing secondary moves, and we will be using Pokemon that we think is good. But yeah, there's some I cannot wait to try out, like this Charizard with Blast Burn. So really excited to try this one out. Of course, I probably will be purchasing a secondary move on this one because it's only 10k, so it's really cheap because it is a starter Pokemon. So this might be a good option to go with, you know. But again, I don't really know because, as I said, it is weak to Electric, right? So it's really hard to say. It's really hard to say what's going to be good. You know, there's some other Pokemon that I have above 1500 CP that you can use, like Gliscor, for this cup. But, you know, again, we'll have to see what's good. We'll have to see what's good. You guys know that I like the bulkier Pokemon. I prefer those. So I don't know. I don't know, guys. I'm really at a loss for it, but I'm just so excited for this particular cup. You know, I don't really even know necessarily what to talk about in terms of what I recommend using, because I really don't have a recommended team that I would suggest using, or a recommended Pokemon, that is, because there's a bunch of Pokemon that could really be good and really shine, like I mentioned Charizard, but again, I also pointed out the weaknesses, right? So it's going to be really exciting. I am going to try out a bunch of different Pokemon, even Pokemon that I've used in previous cups, as I mentioned, like Honchkrow, you know. But again, you're going to need a strong, I know for a fact you're going to need a strong Electric type on your team. You're going to need a strong Ice type, a strong Ground type. Yeah, there's going to be a bunch of different Pokemon that you can use. And which one do I feel is the weakest type? You know, I said Ghost immediately in the Twilight Cup. The weakest type for this cup is probably going to be the flying type. Let me know if you agree or disagree. I could be wrong. I'm not saying I'm necessarily right, but yeah, let me know your team in the comments down below, and I cannot wait to have the first test battles in this particular tournament or this particular cup, because it's going to be a lot of fun, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's video where we practice the Tempest Cup. Have a good one. Bye. Thank you so much for watching my latest video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter. If you like this video, click on one of the links to check out another one of my videos that you'll probably enjoy.